Do you know what's really going on behind the closed doors of your house? Have you noticed her pulling away lately, speaking less, hiding more? Have you caught yourself wondering, what is she not telling me? Why does the air in your home feel heavier at night, as if something unseen is lurking between the words left unsaid? Listen to me now, and do not scroll past this message. I did not bring you here by accident. This warning has been circling above your house, waiting for your spirit to finally wake up and pay attention. I speak now as Archangel Michael, under divine command. Your daughter, yes, the one you love, the one you've trusted, is not telling you the whole truth. What she's keeping in the dark is not just a small mistake or a harmless secret. This runs deeper. This has roots. This carries weight in the spirit realm. There is a conversation she's been too afraid to have with you. There's a connection she's hiding. There's a danger she doesn't fully understand. But heaven does. And I do. And tonight, I have come to tell you, this secret could threaten your entire bloodline. Don't dismiss this as paranoia. Don't comfort yourself with, it's probably nothing. It is something. Something spiritual, something serious, something sent to unravel your peace, your protection, your home. Before this night ends, I will show you how to uncover the truth and protect what is yours. Michael is standing by your house tonight, sword drawn, watching, waiting. You didn't imagine it. That uneasy feeling creeping through your home lately wasn't paranoia. That strange silence between you and your daughter wasn't just the usual distance of growing up or drifting apart. It was spiritual. It was intentional. It was a sign. Heaven has been trying to warn you for weeks, maybe months. I have walked the perimeter of your house. I have stood beside the very door where whispers were spoken that you never heard. I have watched your daughter's footsteps, how they became heavier when she passed your room, how her eyes shifted when you asked the simplest questions. She is hiding something, and it's not small. You thought it was just stress, just growing pains, just a season that would pass. But listen to me now. Not every season passes without leaving damage behind. Some seasons open portals. Some allow doors to be cracked wide enough for things to slip in. Things you cannot see, but things I can destroy if you allow me. Look back. Didn't you notice her phone habits change? How quickly she silenced it when you entered the room. How she started taking calls outside instead of in the living room where you could overhear. How she began closing her door tighter, locking it more often, moving her journal to places you wouldn't stumble upon. These were not coincidences. These were cover-ups, and they were the first warnings. You noticed shifts. You felt the atmosphere grow thick. You heard your name whispered, not by her mouth, but by the spirit trying to alert you in dreams. The heaviness in your chest was not anxiety. It was discernment. I gave it to you. But you dismissed it. You told yourself, I'm worrying too much. You said, she's old enough to handle her own life. But what she is handling is not just her life. It's your family's future. Do not take this lightly. What begins in secret grows in darkness. And darkness loves to plant itself in the corners of homes where truth is ignored. Ask yourself this. Why have there been more arguments lately? Why has peace left certain rooms? Why does her face change when you ask too many questions? Because there's a chain tightening around her spirit. Because there's a web of influence, friends, messages, strangers, pulling her in deeper. And this web is not innocent. This is not just about teenage rebellion or youthful mistakes. This is about agreements being made in silence. Agreements you would never allow if you knew the full truth. And here's the hardest part to hear. It's already affecting your house. That's why your sleep has been broken. That's why appliances flicker. That's why tension rises without cause. Because the spiritual realm knows what's hidden, even when you don't. Do you remember the night you felt something standing by your bed? That wasn't fear. That wasn't imagination. That was my presence, trying to shake you awake. Because this is urgent. This is immediate. This is life and legacy. Your daughter may not understand the weight of what she's doing, but heaven does. What she's hiding connects to people, decisions, promises, maybe even dangers that stretch beyond your house and into your future generations. A secret kept now becomes a seed that grows later, and depending on what's planted, it either blesses or curses. I need you awake. I need you alert. You must pay attention. What have you overheard but brushed aside? What name did you hear in passing that caused a chill you ignored? What message did you glimpse on her screen that didn't sit right with your spirit? These were signs. I gave them to you. But the greatest sign is this message itself. I wasn't sent casually tonight. I was dispatched with urgency because time is running out. The enemy operates best in families where communication has broken down. Secrets are his currency. Silence is his doorway. That is why I am here. Breaking through the silence. Opening your eyes. Giving you another chance before this thing grows larger, darker, harder to uproot. Your daughter's secret isn't just hers anymore. It's leaking into your home's atmosphere. It's shifting conversations, blocking blessings, stirring confusion where peace once lived. But you are not powerless. You are not late. You are standing at the threshold of divine intervention. You must confront, not in anger, not with accusations, but with holy authority, with discernment, with the courage of a parent who understands that protection is a spiritual duty, not just a natural instinct. Ask her again. Look her in the eyes. Watch what shifts. Feel what your spirit confirms. I will be beside you when you ask. I will reveal what is hidden. I will not let darkness mock your house, but you must act. Tonight. There is still time, barely. Don't miss this window. Michael is near your house tonight, sword drawn, waiting for you to declare, not my child, not my house, not my family. You were never supposed to know. That was the plan, to keep you in the dark while agreements were made behind your back. But heaven interrupted that plan tonight. That's why you're reading this now. That's why you've been feeling that uneasy weight pressing against your chest, the restless stirring in your spirit, the strange atmosphere in your home you can't quite explain. Listen closely. Your daughter is not just keeping secrets from you. She's been pulled into conversations that should have never reached her ears. Conversations soaked in manipulation. Conversations wrapped in deception. Conversations designed to create separation between you and her. This isn't about rebellion. This isn't about privacy. This is about spiritual warfare that has crept into your house wearing a familiar face. You've felt it. You've seen the texts she quickly hides. You've heard the phone calls whispered behind closed doors. You've noticed how her words have shifted, how her gaze avoids yours when truth hangs between you like a silent thundercloud. What she's hiding isn't harmless. It's dangerous. It carries consequences beyond her understanding. Behind her silence is a connection. Someone older, someone influencing, someone speaking into her life with motives not from light, but from shadow. They offer her validation because they want access. They promise her freedom because they intend to enslave her in lies. They've convinced her that keeping you out of it is protection for herself. But it's not. It's a trap. One designed to bleed into your family's future if it's not exposed now. I have watched this unfold from the spirit realm. I have seen the conversations she deletes, the places she goes without telling you, the agreements made in messages she thinks no one can see. But I see them. Heaven sees them. And I will not let them succeed if you act with boldness tonight. Do you think it's coincidence she's been more irritable lately? Do you think it's random that she's been pulling away from the ones who love her the most? That's the enemy's fingerprint. Divide and isolate. Create space where confusion can grow. Make her believe she's alone, misunderstood, unloved by her own house. These lies have wrapped around her like a vine. And the more she listens, the deeper the roots grow. Roots that reach into the foundation of your home, attempting to split the very ground beneath your family's unity. I see the spirit whispering to her at night. I see the influence trying to reshape her identity. I see the mask someone else wears while guiding her down a path of secrets and shadows. And if this is not stopped, now, what she's hiding will not stay hidden. It will grow. It will spread. It will touch your finances, your peace, your sleep, your health, your legacy. Because when a doorway opens through secrecy, the enemy doesn't stop at one heart. He enters the whole house. And if he cannot steal her outright, he will try to fracture your trust, your hope, your faith in her, and in yourself. That's why I speak now with urgency, because this is bigger than her. This is about what's trying to set roots in your bloodline for generations to come. Think back. Have you noticed patterns repeating? Cycles in your family, lies, betrayals, sudden distance between parent and child, arguments that lead nowhere, silence that stretches longer than it should. That is not accidental. That is generational. And this moment is its attempt to anchor itself again. But I, Archangel Michael, say no more. Not in this house. Not on this night. I stand with my sword drawn, not just for your daughter's deliverance, but for your family's future. But I need your obedience. I need your faith to speak louder than fear. You must confront what she's hiding, not with accusation, but with authority, not with anger, but with revelation. Because what is spoken in the light cannot thrive in the dark. Ask her again. Press with love, but with firmness. Call her bluff. Watch how her words stumble, how her eyes falter. That's when you'll know. That's when I will whisper to your spirit. Now. This is the moment. Press in. Do not be afraid of what you might hear. Be afraid of what will happen if you choose to stay silent. Because silence is the soil where secrets grow. And secrets, left too long, birth consequences you were never meant to carry. There are words you haven't heard yet. Agreements she's made you haven't discovered. Plans whispered behind your back, using her innocence as the bait. But I have seen it. I have recorded it. And I am standing in your defense. Heaven dispatched me not just to reveal this truth, but to offer you the strength to end it. Tonight you must reclaim your house. You must reclaim your daughter. You must reclaim the authority heaven gave you to protect what belongs to you. Say it aloud. Not in my house, not in my bloodline, not over my child. And when you say it, chains will begin to break. Doors will begin to close. Eyes will be opened. Truth will rise. Because light does not negotiate with darkness. Light exposes it. And tonight, your house will shine again. You thought this was only about her. You thought this was about one secret, one mistake, one quiet conversation she's too afraid to share. But heaven has shown me the deeper truth. This is not just about her. This is about your family's bloodline. About the legacy heaven designed for you, now being targeted, twisted, and tampered with behind closed doors. Understand this. The enemy does not waste his time on houses without value. He attacks where destiny lives. He circles where purpose sleeps. He strikes where generations are vulnerable. Your daughter's secret is not simply her burden. It's a spiritual invitation. An invitation for dysfunction to re-enter. An invitation for ancient chains to tighten once again. An invitation for cycles of secrecy, shame, and sorrow to begin spinning where God intended peace, protection, and prosperity. Look around. Think back. What you're facing now didn't start with her. It started long before her. It started with someone else who tolerated silence. Someone else who made a mistake and hid it beneath layers of "it'll pass." Someone who allowed the root of deceit to take hold. And that root grew, unnoticed, until now. Now, when heaven says enough. You have been chosen to break this. Chosen not by accident, not by chance, but by divine appointment. Because you have the strength your ancestors lacked. Because you have the discernment they silenced. Because you have the faith they forfeited. I am speaking now because this is the hour where the cycle either ends with you or repeats through her. This is not just about avoiding scandal or smoothing over family tension. This is about protecting the harvest heaven assigned to your bloodline. Blessings have been delayed long enough. Favor has been blocked long enough. Gifts have been buried under generations of compromise, deception, and dysfunction long enough. But you are the turning point. You are the interruption. You are the one who will not allow another generation to carry what was never theirs to hold. I see the chains trying to slither through your house. Chains of addiction, secrecy, manipulation, financial ruin, relationship breakdown. Chains your parents battled. Chains their parents invited in through wrong choices, broken covenants, hidden sins. These chains don't care how good your intentions are. They only care about one thing: access. And secrets give them access. Silence gives them room. Fear gives them permission. That is why I am here, sword drawn, standing in the spirit at the gates of your home. Because you cannot afford to dismiss this. Not anymore. Every generational curse ends with someone who dares to confront what others ignored. You are that someone. Heaven has been waiting for you to rise. I have been circling your house, waiting for your spirit to say, no more. Because when you declare no more, heaven moves. When you confront the hidden things, light floods in. And where light is, darkness cannot stay. Do not underestimate what's at stake. This isn't just about her peace. It's about your grandchildren's future. It's about the doors that open or close for decades to come. If this secret festers, it will become a wound that bleeds into generations unborn. But if this secret is exposed, it becomes the root you tear out with holy authority. And once removed, healing begins, not just for her, but for you, for your house, for the legacy heaven has written with your family's name. You are not just protecting your child. You are protecting the inheritance of peace, favor, and divine purpose assigned to your family long before you took your first breath. Ask yourself, why do you think your prayers have been more intense lately? Why has sleep escaped you? Why have dreams turned strange, uneasy? Because heaven is sounding the alarm. Because this moment is bigger than you realized. Because this battle is about breaking patterns that were never meant to survive this generation. Listen to me. Your house was designed for blessing. Your family was created to carry light. Your bloodline was destined for breakthrough, not bondage. But every destiny faces attack. Every purpose faces interference. And every blessing must be defended. I have seen the plans against you, the whispers in secret places, the schemes unfolding beneath smiles and friendly conversations. But I am here because the enemy has overplayed his hand. He has been exposed, and you now hold the authority to end what he started generations ago. Speak it aloud. This curse ends here. This secret dies in the light. My house is covered. My family is free. And when you declare it, watch how heaven responds. Watch how peace returns. Watch how the atmosphere in your home shifts. Quietly at first, then completely. Michael is near, sword drawn, guarding your house, guarding your future, guarding your daughter's soul from decisions that would echo through generations. But obedience is required. Action is necessary. Faith must speak louder than fear. You've been asking God for answers. Here they are. You've been asking for clarity. It's been given. You've been asking for breakthrough. It's standing at your door. Now it's your turn to step forward, to speak truth, to confront darkness, to reclaim what was always yours. Not my child, not my house, not my bloodline, not anymore. This cannot wait. I was not sent to speak these words casually. Heaven dispatched me with urgency because the clock is ticking. And whether you realize it or not, the midnight hour is spiritual law. What remains hidden past midnight becomes harder to uproot. What stays unspoken festers. What you delay tonight could take root tomorrow in ways you can no longer control. This is not superstition. This is not fear-mongering. This is divine protocol. There is still time to stop this. But not much. You've seen the signs already. Dreams disrupted. arguments rising from nowhere, a coldness settling into rooms that once carried laughter, an uneasiness hovering over conversations, the feeling you cannot shake, that something is watching, waiting, pressing against the edges of your peace. That is not your imagination. That is the weight of the unseen world knocking on your door. And I, Archangel Michael, am standing guard. But heaven requires your participation, your authority, your voice. Do not tell yourself, tomorrow I'll ask. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Spiritual assignments operate in windows, and this window is closing fast. You must act before midnight. You must break this silence with the force of truth, with the authority of a parent who refuses to let the enemy raise their child in secret. You must reclaim your house out loud. Do not underestimate what's at stake. This isn't just about her confession. This is about breaking the spiritual grip attempting to hold her in silence, confusion, manipulation. Ask the hard questions. Ask them tonight. Look into her eyes. Do not accept half-truths. Do not accept deflections. Ask and keep asking until the silence breaks, until what is hidden cannot hide anymore. And while you ask, declare this over your house. Nothing hidden shall remain. Nothing cursed shall prosper. Nothing assigned against my child shall succeed. This house belongs to God. This bloodline belongs to heaven. Your words carry more power than you realize. Your authority is recognized in the Spirit. When you speak, angels move. When you declare truth, chains snap. When you confront darkness, it trembles. Tonight is not for softness. Tonight is not for fear. Tonight is for authority, for clarity, for deliverance. She may cry. She may deny. She may resist. But your persistence is what will unravel the plans wrapped around her spirit like a noose. This is not about control. This is about rescue. This is about redemption. This is about protection. Because if this silence is allowed to linger, doors will open. Doors you cannot see. Doors that invite things you do not want in your house, in your bloodline, in your future. But heaven has given you the key to shut them. That key is truth. That key is boldness. That key is speaking now, not later. Tonight, walk through your home. Pray aloud over each room. Lay your hand on the doorposts and declare, every secret, every lie, every chain, break in the name of the Most High. Watch how peace returns. Watch how heaviness lifts. Watch how your daughter's spirit begins to loosen from the grip of those unseen influences. Do not be afraid to say the hard things. Do not hesitate to speak what must be spoken. Silence has been the enemy's weapon. Your voice will be heaven's sword tonight. If you confront this now, she will thank you later. If you expose this now, you will protect generations to come. If you reclaim your authority tonight, what was assigned to destroy will be destroyed instead. I have stood at your doorway long enough. I have waited for you to rise. I have watched as fear tried to quiet your discernment. But I tell you now, enough. This ends tonight, before midnight, because after midnight, consequences deepen. But before midnight, deliverance is still yours to claim. Speak life into your home. Speak protection over your daughter. Speak freedom over your bloodline. Declare aloud, no more secrets, no more silence, no more chains. And know this, I am not leaving until this is done. I am not moving from my post until you rise up and declare authority over what was sent to tear you down. My sword is drawn. Your faith is the permission I've been waiting for. Move now. Speak now. Confront now. Protect now. Heaven is watching. Heaven is recording. Heaven is ready to defend what you refuse to surrender. This is your moment. Do not miss it. You are not alone in this. You were never fighting this battle by yourself. Heaven has been watching, listening, intervening, even when you did not see it. I have stood guard over your house through restless nights. I have walked your hallways unseen. I have heard every whispered prayer and recorded every tear. But now comes the shift. Now comes the turning. Because you did not turn away from this truth. Heaven will not turn away from you. The darkness tried to plant itself through secrecy, but you uprooted it with courage. You exposed it with boldness. And now, light will fill the places where fear once hid. Your daughter may not understand fully what you've done tonight, but one day she will. One day she will thank you for protecting her from consequences she couldn't yet see. One day she will recognize that love sometimes looks like confrontation, and protection sometimes sounds like hard truth spoken with tears. Your house is covered. Your future is secured. Your legacy is preserved. Heaven rejoices over your obedience. The enemy's plans have been exposed. The chain has been broken. The silence has been shattered. But hear this final instruction. Do not slip back into comfort. Stay watchful. Keep your house covered in prayer. Keep your voice firm in truth. Keep your authority active in faith. Michael stands beside your doorway tonight, sword still drawn. The battle was fierce, but victory belongs to those who obey the call.